Alright, let's take a look at Apple. Okay. Now currently Apple back in 20th of May, it came back down to the support. As you can see, we have a big massive rejection going on here. Okay, very good support in this particular case, and then we're going to push up to the upside. Okay, so here before, when it came to this point, it got rejected. It did not even tap in. So here at this point, it did not even tap in, and it just touched it, and then it got rejected, and we have a nice massive bull run. So that was last year, October all the way to December. As you can see, very very massive there, and then we got to drop back down. We got a support here. Try to do something to the resistance, fail, came down again. The support here was great, loads of buying. Unfortunately, we end up with a resistance here. We got sold off. We broke down to this point, okay, to this level here, and then we start buying. So that was in March. Buying, touched this, and then went all the way down, as you can see. Now let's take a look what's happening. So I'll go down to the 4-hour time frame so you can see what's going on. And drop down to the 3-hour time frame so it's more visible. Now on the way down, so this here, so from April, it's been a bear market, so everything's going down. However, as going down, you can see we have some mini bull run. Okay, so the buyers try to come in. Let me just join in here. So buyers try to come in, buy this, fail, buy this, fail, buy this, fail. So if you want to looking for to make money on the buy side, then you need to be looking for this small run. Okay. Now what I've done is I want a 1-hour time frame. I've listed down every time there was a support sort of form. So here it came all the way down, tried to consolidate, fail, broke through, went up, tested that, got rejected. Okay, bounce off this line a few times, got up, reject again. So this line here is our resistance, as you can clearly see. Once and twice failed, and when it failed this time, it broke through the support, right all the way down, came here, tried to do retest, fail. So bounce 1, 2, go up, bounce here, up again. So here it broke through, but got rejected. Here it broke through, and then it closed. However, the next 4th of April and 5th of April when it opened, it just went down pretty much. And as you can see here, went up, break. So we have the resistance here, and now this was support, broke this, test this twice, resistance all the way down, and then went up, just this region, resistance came all the way down here, got rejected, up, bounce 1, 2, all the way up, and we're currently here. So clearly we know where our resistance level is, and we know our big support is in this region here down. Okay, so I can easily put this here, big support. Okay, good, because we have massive resistance buying opportunity going on. Alright, I've done a line here showing an uptrend, so bounce off, came down here, bounce all the way up. Now we're close to this point, and we are also close to the resistance level, as you can clearly see here, so which is on the 1-hour time frame. If I drop down to the 30-minute time frame, let's take a look what we have. We have a good resistance, so went through this zone. So compared to before, we didn't even came close. But here we have enough momentum to get into that zone. Got rejected, all the way up, got rejected. However, there was not a massive rejection, even though there was a big. So this, look at this candle, big engulfing candle, which engulfed this one here, and then we all went all the way down, which found support at this point. We found support at this point, as you can see. To this point here, on the 30-minute time frame, nice support. Okay, got rejection here, rejection, and we got a pull. Okay, and let's go on the 15-minute time frame to see what I have done. Now, what I've done is unfortunately, I saw this happening a little bit later in the day, and it was already here. So it was already here. So if I zoom in, it was already here at this particular point. Now this big candle here, this big bullish engulfing candle, was not in yet. So it was still halfway. So what I've done, it was still here. I've entered place an entry at this particular point, as you can see, 14906, and then all the way to this particular point here. I saw it got rejected in this zone, and then at this point it went down. So I was like, okay, let me just try to go for it again. And as you can see, it went all the way up, and then however, the first candle couldn't break through. However, the second candle went all the way up, hit my target profit, and then I'm pretty much out in this case. Okay, so now we need to understand what's going to happen in the long run. Okay, so we do have a support at this particular point, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, and what's going to happen. So let's take a look at the 1 hour time frame to see where we are going to go. Okay, so now the next level is here, 155. Okay, something we want to know. So let's take a look at our fib from this point all the way down. Okay, and we are already done the 50. We've come already to the 0.78, as you can see. Now, can we see a full recovery or not? Then we need to see how the momentum builds up during this week. Let's take a look at our indicator. Okay, so got rejected here, and now so at this point, at this candle here, that's when you can enter. We can say we are completely bullish in the 1 hour time frame. Okay, otherwise you miss the entire thing from here onwards and done. And here we go. We're trying to break through. So what we want to see what's going to happen inside this region here. Okay, we want to see what happens to this inside this region here. Okay, so we got rejected all the way from the top. We came here, and we got to pull back up to the 50 mark, the 50 level mark. As you can see, we've done the 50 mark. Now we need to see what's going to happen. So we can have something like this. We can go up here and then down. Okay, that's one way. Or what we want to see is we want to see something here, come up here, consolidate, and then go up. So this will be our point. So that's what we want to see if we want to enter for a long for Apple. Okay, so there are two things you can do. As you can see, we start to get okay, there's two things we can do for Apple. So this is the 30-minute time frame. We are here. Okay, right, now this can come down to this level here, close to our 50 EMA, and move on. So what we can do is we can do two things. We can enter the long. Now first of all, we need to be careful where we put the long. So ideally we want to put a long here, and our target, our stop loss will be depending on where our candles closes that. We are going to go to this level here. Let's take a look on the 30-minute time frame. I want to see where exactly got bounced off. Came here, and this is the point. So this point here. Okay, we have some rejection. Okay, so that's 2. Okay, so that's 1 to 2.6 ratio. Okay, that's what we want to see. Or otherwise, if we want to go for a downtrend, then we want to see this go down. So if you look carefully here, so it got rejected. Okay, this point crossed all the way down. So we want to see something here. So we want to see something like this. So here, depending on where, if it goes through, then this line here would be up, somewhere like that. Then we want to see, so if you a rejection, so come here, test this, and then we're going to drop somewhere here first, and then we want to see a rejection. We want to see something happening here. Then maybe a retrace to this level, then down. We're going to go down to maybe this point here. Okay, maybe we're going to go up to retest it, and then all the way down here. So that's what we expect to see what happen. Again, because we are at this region, so we need to wait. We cannot enter. So this is for the long term, pretty much. This is for long term. We have to wait and see. However, if you want to go for a quick scalp, you can do your quick scalp. I'll delete this. This is long term. Quick scalp, and I'll drop down to the 15-minute time frame. Our quick scalp. As you can see, we are indeed up. So this is done. Okay, for our quick scalp, I will drop down again to the 5-minute time frame to see clearly where our support is. We have a nice support here at this region, as you can clearly see. Okay, very nice, very nice. And our resistance is, so based on this one, we got one resistance here. Try to break through, as you can clearly see. Trying to break through here. Could not. And we've got a big one here. Right, let me drop even further. 3-minute time frame. Here we go. So you could have bounce. You could have entered all the way to this point, and now we have a nice cup and sort of handle under the pattern. So a nice cup and handle. Let me change this. Okay, nice cup and handle, as you can clearly see. And what are we going to see here? Will it break through? So if you break through, then we are going to go to this particular point. Okay. Let's take a look. So from here to all the way there, done 50%, done 50%, 50% is done. Okay, so if we want to have a retracement, so we've done it to clear to 50% as well. Here we go, trying to break through. Okay, so draw. Here we go. So I'll put an enter at this line here. My stop will be depending on where this candle closes, and then I'm gonna go to, let's take a look, 50% of this point. I'll go to here. So that's 2. That's even here. Okay, and let's take a look what happened in this particular case. Okay, otherwise, if we want to see some rejection, as you can see here, we're seeing some rejection that we want. Let's take a look. If you want to see some rejection, then it's going to get rejected, and it may come and test this 50 EMA line. Okay, that's what we want to see happening. Okay, so look at this one here, short down here. This is a quick scalp again. Quick scalp, as you can see, not massive, but we want to see this happening, of course. Okay. All right, we have a nice bullish sort of engulfment happening here. Okay. All right, that's the thing with when we get close to the resistance. Look at that. You got it's a little bit messy at this particular point. Okay, and this should be here. Okay, we got a nice candle here, so therefore our stop loss is correct. Okay, for that, as you can see, we have not entered the trade yet because our entry point is on the top. Okay, and here we go. We got that big candle in 3-minute time frame. Now we can go for a short. The short entry would be at this particular point. So enter a little bit below, something like that, and our stop loss would be here. And you are going to go for, let's take a look. So if we go here, this is just a 1-to-1 ratio. We don't want this to happen. We want to have a long way. Okay, so you can go. We need to check where the support is in this particular case. If you want to go for a short, quick scalp for a short, so broke through. So we have a support here in this particular case. That's why it got rejected. So we can go to this particular point here. 1 to 6 quick scalp ratio. Okay. Good. Now, if you look carefully, we have not entered the short one yet, because the short one entry is just below this wick here. It's very good to just put it there. Okay, because look what would have happened, because we got the massive rejection. So look, very close to our entry point, but we have not entered yet. Okay, because we got this massive pullback. So this is from the 10 EMA. Very good rejection going on. Okay, but unfortunately we're getting rejection from the top as well. Okay, because look, this candle went all the way down and then got all the way up. Got this big rejection here. So okay, now this candle here is the bottom wick is larger, showing that we have indeed bullish pressure, but unfortunately couldn't close as green, so the sellers are still in. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen. Alright, let's take a look what we have. What I've done is I have moved this one here, the short one, towards the 50 EMA. The reason why is because I saw this came down here, got rejected, went up, got rejected, it came down here, and I was like, okay, let me just move this away. And I saw this came all the way down and started getting rejected all the way up. Okay, and I was like, okay, this is a little bit strange, because we're getting some rejection going on in this particular case. So rejection going on, and then we have this bullish candle, this bearish candle here, which is pushing down here. Now I'll put this entry point below my 50 EMA in this particular case. So this way I know if it crosses below it, it's going to go for a downside in this case. Now the problem we're going to have is because we're going to have a resistance, probably we're going to have a support level in this case, because that's where we got rejected before. Okay, here we go, getting pushed down. So we can have something like this in this particular case. Now the problem here is because it's going to be 1-to-1 reward ratio based on this guy here. So I can even put this down, okay, to this level. Again, ideally the entry point I want to enter should be at this particular case, because we got rejected once, twice, and 3 times. We got rejected in this particular 3 times here. Okay, something I don't want, something got rejected here. The reason why I didn't enter my short here was because it got rejected in this particular level. That is the problem, as you can see. Trying to push through, but we do have a support here. So what I'll do is I'll bring this a little bit down below and see what we get. Okay, so this is Apple. And let's see how much we can get. So this is 3 minutes time frame on Apple. Okay, and we are currently all the way up, and let's see how much we can get in this particular case. So for 3 minutes of Apple, let me check, is it indeed 3 minutes? Yes, it is indeed 3 minutes, and our entry point was somewhere on the sides, and we are going to go to our resistance. Interesting. Very interesting. There we go. We got this. We got this. As you can see, we got this. So this is done. We got this. This is down and done, as you can clearly see. And here we are getting our some. Okay, we'll break through this support. If you break through, then it's gonna go all the way down. So if you broke through this point, it's gonna go all the way down to this big support level here. Okay, and let's take a look what we have. Very strange. 3 minutes. I'm seeing a completely different one. Okay, so we have something here. Let's take a look. This particular point, and we've broken that. Then we can easily write it all the way down if you want. So we can easily add another short. So it's going to be entry point at this particular case. Okay, and we will write it all the way down. So we have a few resistance here. Okay, this point is pretty much a resistance point, but we can go all the way down if we want it. Okay, so for that I'll go to the 30-minute time frame. Here we go. Let's see what we get. The time frame. Can get to this point, but I will be Let's go 1 to 1. We'll see what happened. Has not typed in. Has not entered yet, but we got one trade. The other one was all the way up for a long. Now we know that our resistance level is here. Okay, well, with the wikis a little bit above it here, but we normally place our entry point above this wick. Okay, because most likely what's going to happen is going to go and test this wick as well. It's going to test this wick, or as you can see, it went here. Look what happened, it got rejected. So that is something we don't want to see happen. We place it on the top in this particular case. And well, the problem with the 130-minute time frame is look how big those candles are. So normally what would people do? People would have put the stop loss in this case here, and look at how much this will be of lost. Okay, so I'll delete this. Okay, now same thing here. If we were going to be dealing on our daily time frames, on 30-minute time frame for a long. Okay, so people were going to be placing this on the top here and so on. No, not at all, because this here is indeed. So we got to this region, we got supported, up, rejected, came back down here, got rejected, and so on.